Josh, really good to see you again, sir.
Hey
Always a
man,
pleasure.
and I got to see you in the flesh
I
like
know,
a
I know.
month and a half ago.
Yeah, that was a great show, and I saw you at in Fullerton too.
That was a fun one.
Yeah,
That's funny you say that. I got the multi tracks for that show, and I've been like mixing it, so kind of reliving that night in the last couple days.
rad. Yeah, it was crazy.
That was a fun one.
Yeah, yeah, man. Those two shows, and those are pretty back to back. I want to say, like within a week or so.
Yeah, yeah, we did kind of like we just got off tour in Europe, but before then, we did like four shows, like 2 weekends in a row, just kind of like driving here, driving there, like one-off shows that kind of went back to back. It was nice. It's a nice alternative to the long tour. There's something nice about just like finishing up a show and then getting in your own car, playing your own music, and there's no one in the car like, "Can we get some food?" Like,
Only if you're saying that. That's the only person you got to worry about.
yeah, yeah. If I say let's get some food, then I will probably get some food.
If you're driving and you're stopping
Yeah.
somewhere, where is like the top place to that you're hitting? Is it McDonald's,
Oof.
Chick-fil-A?
No, not McDonald's. McDonald's for breakfast. I think
Yeah,
breakfast McDonald's is different than like lunch dinner McDonald's.
fair.
I'm kind of a nasty boy. I like me some Taco Bell. Uh, we did a tour once where we got Taco Bell like 14 straight days. It just kind of became this like ongoing bit. Um,
That's a funny bit. I like it.
yeah, it
How many
started as a
times can we
bit,
eat
and
it?
then it was like, oh, we're hungry. Like, well, let's actually go to Taco Bell. Like, yeah, that was a good one. We collected sauces, so we had like a panel in the dashboard just filled with. It was a library of Taco Bell packets. Good times.
I mean, you get somebody's got to, record that. It's important.
Yeah, we actually we rented that van, and we the next band to take it out was Levitation Room, and they had kept the sauces and stuff. But then they added some Del Taco sauces, and that was it's pretty sacrilegious.
Are you opposed to hitting a Del Taco?
No, you just don't get it all over the US.
Yeah.
It's a very regional thing.
Mhm.
I like Del Taco. They're both Taco Bell and Del Taco are like burritos and tacos, but not necessarily Mexican food, which puts them in their own like weird category. They just
You're
take the shapes of Mexican food, but doesn't taste like Mexican food.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but also both of them do kind of different things. I know Del Taco has a burger and they do
Yeah.
fries as well.
The fries are pretty good. The little crinkle cut fries, those are fun. Um, I live like right next to a Taco Bell or a Del Taco, so could have it anytime I want.
I do too, but I rarely hit it.
Yeah,
I know it's there and it'll stay there, but it's not something I'm hitting very often. But I'm driving by it every day, so
that's probably why we're not hitting it as often because it's not like, I mean, even if we lived next to In and Out, I might not go there as often.
yeah, I think we both get burnt on that. Yeah,
Totally.
yeah. All right, very well. But if you're going to go for like a something outside of Mexican food, what would be the secondary option? Do you think it'd be a In and Out?
Yeah. I mean, it's tough on tour. I'm such not a picky eater, and we have vegetarians in the band, so we have to go somewhere that, satisfies all. And there's very few like food types or, styles of food that I'll say no to, if any. So I'm down for whatever. It's a
Okay,
lot harder. It's a lot harder on the road in the US, but in Europe, like even the gas stations are like fire, like really solid food. Um, the yeah, a lot of good like Mediterranean food out there too.
at gas stations.
Not at gas stations. Beyond the gas station realm, you know, it's like the Mexican food of Europe is like kebab or Mediterranean food.
Good deal.
Yeah.
Do you think that you'd be opposed to eating some fish from a gas station? Do you think that that's where you draw the line
No, I've done it. I've eaten sushi from a gas station.
in the States or in Europe?
Mm, it's all about proximity to ocean, really.
That's
that's my
fair.
rule.
That's
Yeah,
fair.
I'm
Yeah.
not stupid. I mean, I'm not gonna like take my chances in Nebraska.
I was gonna say Omaha. Yeah.
I think one state, you have to have like only one state between you and an ocean. Like even like Nevada, Idaho, I'll check it out.
But when we were trying to coordinate this, you had informed me that you guys are going back to Europe. Now, how many days until that happens?
We leave on Thursday, so a week from today. And we
Okay,
just got back on Monday. When did we get back? Sunday. My
Sunday.
my wife's over there. It's been a crazy couple months. Like we just did a month in Europe and we have a week off and then we're going over there for 2 more weeks. So it's like kind of the same tour, but little break. And we could have stayed. We could have like just stayed there, but no, everyone wanted to like get a little refresh in the USA.
Wow. So what was the last stop before the break?
Our last show was in the Netherlands, a town called like Nijmegen. I think that's how they say it.
And you're picking back up the tour in France, right?
Yeah, we're doing like 10 shows on this run, a lot in France. It's mostly festivals now. So we just did a lot of club shows, a few festivals thrown in there. Now we're in like festival mode. Because I didn't really realize this till recently. In the summers in Europe, people like don't go to venues as much. It's like hot, buildings don't have AC as often as here. Everyone just wants to be outside there. So like it's really hard to book a good club show in July. So everyone's going to festivals, and that's what we're doing.
Man. And how long was this break in total? How many days are you ever
10,
looking at?
10
10.
days. Yeah.
Have you ever done like broken up a tour like that before?
Not really. Um, we did a really weird thing like 4 years ago where we were on tour on the East Coast, and we were on tour with ZZ Top. We did like 5 shows with them, and then during that schedule, we had gotten offered to play Desert Days on the West Coast. So we're like, well, shit, we can't really do it because we're on tour on the East Coast. But then we're like, could we though? Because we have a day off. So we literally flew home to our hometown to play a festival and then flew back on tour. It was very strange.
That is quite odd. Did you notify ZZ Top before you left?
They don't really care. No,
They didn't give a shit.
no, they didn't really care.
They got their own stuff going on,
They got their beards to groom.
and Lagrange and whatnot and all that stuff.
Uh-huh.
How familiar were you with their discography besides like the big songs before you?
Uh, I was a pretty big fan. Yeah, like the first album's solid. It's like just fucking good. I swear.
I mean, you can say whatever the heck you want, dude. Go ahead, please.
So the heck. Yeah, they're solid. They're awesome. Fucking great 3-piece. Yeah, first album's solid. Even the like late 70s stuff's pretty good. Yeah.
All right, great.
Are you a fan?
Uh they have some songs, but I'm like more like just a uh casual listener, I guess, because like Tush, that's a big one.
Classic.
Lagrange, that's of course the biggest one, and I think they have a third one that's pretty big that I can't remember.
Give me all your lovin'.
Maybe,
That's
yeah,
a hit. Cheap sunglasses.
yeah, yeah.
They never played that when we saw 'em.
What about Sharp Dressed Man?
Sharp Dressed Man. There you
That's
go.
yeah,
That's
that
a
one.
that's a big one. Yeah.
Yeah, huge.
But they got
But
they got some other good tunes like beyond that.
did they play those songs every night?
They played the hits every night except Cheap Sunglasses. They wouldn't play. I don't know why. They never played that one.
Do you think that their sunglasses are cheap? The ones that they wear?
Probably, yeah. I'd like to think they like stay true to their song lyrics. I never buy expensive sunglasses, man. I don't know about you, but I lose them so much. It's just like here's what I'm working with right now.
Yeah, no, those look nice. Those are like
No, but
Ray-Bans.
$15 at 7-Eleven.
It's a little bit
Like
pricey.
already broken here. And if I lose them, I don't give a shit.
Yeah. Dang, dude. That's you should have just kept them on the whole time, dude. Like, yeah, tour's going great. It's sick.
Sick.
And are you a big sunglass guy?
Yeah. Outdoors, outside. Yeah.
Do you use them every day? Like you're driving or you're out and about? Are you taking the
Um,
sunglasses with you?
yeah, for the most part. It's funny that when I drive, I need like seeing glasses. I don't need them, but my vision's like almost bad enough to where I should probably drive with them. But then sometimes it's sunny, so I have to be like, do I want to see better or do I want like no brightness sun in my eyes? So sometimes I'll do the I don't know if I can replicate this, but I'll do the double action.
Yeah, got those, and then got the dude. It looks pretty
It
normal,
looks
dude.
fine.
No, it doesn't. It does not look bad at all.
Yeah. Well, these are my wife's glasses, but yeah.
But it was just for the
Just for the
documentation of it.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Do you leave the sunglasses in the car or do you take them inside?
There's such like a disposable thing for me. It's not like if I bring them, I bring them, but I'm not like where, oh, I gotta get my sunglasses. It's not like it doesn't go through the checklist like my phone, wallet, and keys. Those are the three main things. Sunglasses maybe like a distant fourth, but there's a distinct line between all those.
There's a gap between the
It's a
sunglasses
gap.
and everything else. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Are you opposed to keeping stuff in your car just in general? Like, I'll take that out later, or I'll just leave it in.
Yeah, like invaluable things. I don't leave any like equipment in my car,
I
but
I, I hope not. Yeah.
yeah, it's
Like,
been broken. It's been broken into, and they didn't steal anything because there was nothing of value in there.
did they bust a window to do it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
It sucked, and that happened. Speaking of those like quick in between tour things, that happened on like one of the 2 days off in between 2 month-long tours. And all I wanted to do was just chill and do nothing. And then I had to deal with all that. It really sucked.
that really sucks. I've seen luckily my car's never been broken into like that. They've never busted a window, but like the amount of glass is very surprising to me at
Yeah.
least. Like there's no way that there's this much glass from one window.
I think that glass is like made to break like that though. So it doesn't break in like sharp shards. It kind of like breaks in little balls.
Yeah.
It
It's just
must
a
be.
lot of it.
It's a lot. Yeah.
And then you got to replace the window. That's a whole thing.
Whole deal.
I went to go visit my buddy once in Portland. He was up there for a time, and then the night that I got in, like it was his back window got busted in,
Shit.
and I was just like, man, there's just so much glass.
Yeah.
And then we are
It's
driving.
it's
It was
always the
just
first thing you see too. You're just like, oh fuck.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
not
The
good.
the eyes really drive towards it. Like, oh,
Yeah.
that's broken glass. Yeah, we got to
Yeah.
pay attention to that.
It all like comes to you really fast. Like broken glass, shit, my car.
Have you had a car stolen before, Josh?
No, but they tried to steal my car when they just broke into it. And they had torn apart the console under the steering wheel, wires hanging out. Like they must have known some way to hot wire or whatever to the way to do it. But I have low jack in my car. Do you know what that is?
No, I'm not
Low
familiar with
jack is like it's like a thing that you can activate to track your car to prevent it from getting stolen. And what's funny is they had rifled through like my center console, and just the only thing sitting on top was the low jack pamphlet that I left in there. So they must have seen that and been like, "Oh shit, let's not steal the car."
So that's like the modern day like stick across the,
Pretty much,
the
yeah.
steering wheel.
Or the modern day stick shift because no one can drive stick shift.
Are you able to drive stick shift? Are you?
Oh, no, I'm
No,
not. But
I'm
have you
not.
heard of that? Like people stealing manual cars and then not being able to drive them?
I have. I've heard of that being an occurrence. Which you
I
would
love
think
that.
it's like I got to brush up on this before, just in case it's a stick
Right.
shift,
You
or
test that.
right, or you should be able to like see that it's a stick shift. Like that's not for me.
Right.
Man, yeah. Uh, I feel like because I drive around with a lot of people who do have stick shifts. Like I could figure this out. I could,
Yeah.
which is how everybody does it too.
You just have to. Yeah, I've tried, and it was like back in college, and I tried to drive my friend's stick, and I stalled out in the middle of an intersection, and it was like honking, honking, kind of freaked out, and yeah, it's traumatized me.
Do you think that you'll try again
Yeah,
soon?
no.
Do you think that you feel comfortable driving in Europe, like Netherlands or France or something like that? Have you ever like thought about that? Like, I could probably do this.
Driving stick in Europe?
Not driving stick, just it
Oh yeah,
normal.
no, I have. I've driven in Europe. Yeah,
Is it that much different than the States?
only when you get to the cities. Like the highways are super. They're almost easier in a way. Like very well maintained. You know, signs are pretty accurate. But the cities aren't really meant for cars. They're not built like our cities are. So yeah. But
It's made for
what's really
walking.
hard is driving in England is pretty messed up, all backwards and shit. Yeah.
Did it take a second for you to like, okay, like I gotta everything's
It's
opposite.
every turn you just have to like think left, like left, left, left. Yeah, it's messed up.
Do you think it would be more difficult if you were coming from England and then you moved to the States or you're touring in the States?
I think it would be like the same,
Same. All right,
just inverted.
very well. I thought I was
Mhm.
gonna stump you with that one. So it 10 days. 10 days
10
you got
days.
before
Hmm.
heading back out. Is that enough
Yeah.
time for you to decompress and relax?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. Um, you know, and ideally you're like, oh, I'm just gonna go home and do nothing, but then stuff kind of, piles up. Um, want to hang out with Angela and like do fun stuff. So
If you had a 20-day break, let's say doubling it from what it is now, do you think you would actually be able to really, really relax before jumping back out?
I mean, yeah, probably a little more than 10,
But not
but
double, but a little more.
a little more.
A little more, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Are
I know
you
it's
are you
funny because um, you want to like ideally you want to adjust back to this time zone, but now I'm kind of like, what's the point? Like I'll just want to stay a little jet lagged. So then when I go back to Europe, UK, I'm just like, or England or wherever, Europe, we're back in there.
is
It's clearly not working, but
well
yeah,
what time is it over there right now? Or what would it roughly be?
+9, so like 10:20 p.m.
Did you get adjusted to it while over there for the last 5 weeks?
Yeah, it takes a couple days. Yeah.
Now, how do you deal with the flights? Are you good with flying? Like
No,
whatever.
no, no. I hate flying. Bad. But I'm 6'4". It's hard, man. Yeah. I feel like we talked about this on the last time. Did
If
we?
we did, we're just we're going back for some hits,
Maybe
which
it's
is
just
good.
like, yeah, I just had deja vu. But yeah, 6'4", coach, seats on a plane. It's difficult. It's like yeah, not getting
Yep.
much sleep.
Are you able to at some point sleep a little bit or
Yeah, last time I took a sleeping pill, that actually helped. But I'll probably do that again, honestly.
you do sleeping pills regularly?
No, just in case of emergency, ICE.
What about some NyQuil just to fall asleep?
I'll do some melatonin before NyQuil.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, just the sleepy stuff. Don't need the like pain relief stuff.
Are you a fan of like going out and seeing the city if you have the time to do so, even if it's been a place that you've already been to?
Yeah, in theory, I feel like I am, but then sometimes we have like our one day off, and I'm just so tired. I just like to like chill at the hotel room and order Uber Eats. But
Uber, are you using more Uber Eats out over there or over here?
over there,
Okay.
yeah. But yeah, I like to check out the cities. Yeah,
Overall, do you enjoy touring?
I do. Yeah.
What's the best part about it?
I mean, I feel like that answer's changed a lot for me over the years. I used to think it was just like, waking up somewhere new and playing a show, and I still like that, but like I just like experiencing other cultures. And you see so much about a place's culture based on like the 100 or 200 people you come across in a venue, or like how people act during shows, or how the hospitality is. Like you really get an insight to the cultures. And in Europe, it changes so much from country to country. Like the difference between France and Spain is pretty vast. From Germany to France is so much different. I don't know. I like that from like a anthropological point of view.
What is the worst part about touring for you?
Um, just wearing yourself out. I don't know. The older I get, the more tired I get. Being away from Angela, that's tough too.
Yeah, and you guys just got married recently, right?
Yeah. So actually, at the beginning of this run, we were all, the band included, we're in Spain for a week, and we had a wedding. Yeah, we've actually been married for like a year and a half, but we didn't have a full on wedding, and we wanted to. So now it's
That's
like
awesome.
double official.
Really, it's really that it's set in stone. There's no, yeah.
It's fine. Yeah,
If anybody has anything to say about it, it's like, well, I had two weddings. How many weddings
I
did
had
you
two.
have? Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm pretty serious about marriage, actually.
yeah. We're
Yeah,
planning the third one right now.
yeah. It's in the works.
It's in the works.
We're gonna renew our vows. Yeah,
We're
we're
gonna keep going further and further away. We're gonna get married in Thailand.
that'd be nice. Yeah,
That'd be cool.
switch it up a bit.
Yeah.
From Spain, where did you go from there? What was the first stop of the tour?
Then we flew to England, and the first show was Brighton. Yeah, so we knocked England out first. Did like 8 shows in England, and then hit up the rest of the EU.
Did you do a France gig before heading further out?
Yeah, we did some French shows. Yeah, we
And
kind of
now,
just kept stopping through France. We'd like hit France, go to Germany, hit France, go to Spain, end up in like France is pretty central geographically, and also like it's where our booking agent is based out of. So
good deal.
yeah,
Is that where you're in? That's where you guys are gonna go first stop
yep,
when you come back.
exactly. That's where
Man, you
we enter and leave from. So
you love France.
you know, if you would have asked me like 4 years ago, I wasn't the biggest fan. And I've really grown to like it over the last 4 years. Like the people there are awesome. We always have the best shows there. The food, come on. Like I really do like France.
What has been the audience's reaction to this tour overall?
It's been great. It's been excellent. Yeah. Um, in the UK where we started, it was a little stiff, but I think that's just like the culture of the people there. They're a little more like reserved and kind of just watch a show like this. And then you get to France, and they're like,
Are you more England or France when you go to see a show?
See, that's the thing is I find myself judging audiences, but then I'm like, I'm kind of England when I go to shows. I'm kind of the guy, but then again, if I'm watching a show like that, I'm not gonna be in the front. I don't want the band to see like me just being like, you know,
Yeah.
I'll watch from the back,
Hmm. But
but I'll
then they're
still enjoy it.
like, who is that guy in the back not enjoying it then?
No, you never, because that's what the back is reserved for. I don't like it when people like in the front, like dead face, just like it's like, why are you in the front?
Maybe they
Sorry.
got there early accidentally,
Yeah, maybe they can't leave. They're trapped.
I mean, if they're in the front, it's kind of
It's
hard to
hard.
make your way to the back.
That's true.
Um, what is your favorite place to play outside the US?
Um, it's definitely Spain or France. Um, always have a good time in Barcelona. Yeah, the crowds there are sick. Uh, lately in France, Paris has been pretty wild. I don't know what it is, like the big cities, but maybe we have more fans there. Just like people come out and they're like energetic, and it's this ping pong back of like energy. We get fired up, they get more fired up. It's cool. Those are cool scenes.
Just off of touring and being
Mm-hmm.
able to travel, where could you see yourself? Like, all right, I could see myself moving here,
Spain.
Spain.
Yeah.
Just really
I
hope
mean,
you're gonna
it's,
say England and just be like, yeah,
yeah.
this is
Yeah. I mean, yeah,
England.
my wife's from Spain, so I've spent a lot of time there.
I had Dylan on a few months ago.
Yeah.
That was that was nice to get his perspective on things.
Yeah.
It was interesting to get that duality, if you will, of your position in it and his being in Indiana. I think he got there a little bit before you did. I want to say from Kentucky.
I think I got there first actually. I moved there in 2009 and he moved there in 2011 or 12.
So you were more legit. Got it. Okay.
I was there for college. He just moved there from Kentucky, I think in 2011 or 2012. Yeah.
So you were obviously establishing the scene and everything. You
Yeah.
were on it.
Well,
Yeah.
that's what he talked about in the interview, is like how I'm like, I kind of have a weird thing with memory and like dates and years. So I'm like, I've become the like encyclopedia of memories for the band.
I'm glad it's with you.
You
It's
know,
in there.
I gotta hold it secret.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hold it safe.
Hold it close. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, do you think that you would have eventually gotten back into music if you hadn't joined Frankie? Do you think that you would have explored music out there irregardless?
I think at one point I was in 6 bands at one time because it was college and you could do whatever you want. Um, well, that's what's funny is Frankie started as like a side project for everyone too, for Dylan, for like we were just like, yeah, let's make some songs, and now it's funny how that becomes the main thing, like the thing that can you connect with the most.
When did you start to feel like it was going to become a main thing? Was there a point
Honestly,
that you're like, okay, this is getting more serious or official?
it started as kind of more of a recording project and we would play shows every once in a while. But then once we started touring and I started like really feeling like fulfilled playing the songs and seeing the audience reaction and like feeding off of that, kind of like I was talking about, like how our fans are. Um, it just felt like the thing I wanted to do. I don't know. And like
Is
Dylan and I have always worked together so well. Um, like unspoken communications, like it's really nice.
Are you searching for fulfillment within music?
Yeah, of course. I think
Is
it's like any like career you have, you want to feel fulfilled by it.
when did music start becoming a career?
I mean, how do you define career? Like your main,
Good counter question, Josh. I'm not gonna lie. That's
it's
a
always
good
been
yeah.
like my favorite thing in the world and like my, borderline addiction.
That and
Not,
math,
and math. Yeah, good memory.
not math. Just so
Math,
everybody knows.
crystal math.
Chris,
But it's always been like the only thing I've cared about. And I guess it started to become a career when I like focused on it and like I don't know. It became an unhealthy obsession when I dropped out of college and like wasn't making any money, had to get like a shitty job, but now it's like starting to pay the bills enough. So I guess it's a career. Yeah.
yeah.
It's what I spent all my time doing.
Did you feel, was it nerve wracking for you? Were you like, oh my gosh, like what am I doing? Or were you like, I'm confident in
Uh,
what I'm doing?
a little bit. I was stoned a lot back then. So I wasn't like, what am I doing? I was like, let's just fucking play music, man. I got a job at like a screen printing store or factory or whatever, warehouse. Yeah.
So that'll be the next course of action. Like
Mm-hmm.
that'll become the hobby that will become the obsession.
Screen
Screen
printing.
printing. Yeah.
No, I didn't really like it that much.
or weed, whatever comes first.
Yeah, also fucking can't vibe with that anymore. Yeah,
You're out. You're done.
I'm out.
What
I
what was
wish it was so great for so long, but now it's just like the worst drug.
what was it? What was it about weed that you're like, nah, I'm done.
Just it started hitting me wrong one day. Just like never felt better after smoking it. It took like a year of that to be like, why am I even doing this anymore? Yeah,
Was that out in California or was that back in Indiana?
it was here.
Of course, that Cali weed, dude, it's gonna get
Like,
you, man.
it's too good, man. That's the thing. It's the potency.
Do you think you'll ever smoke weed again?
Yeah, I would like to. I need to find like 70s weed.
Okay, yeah, like
Yeah,
some swag. Yeah.
I need some swag, but no one sells swag anymore. It's like fucking 28%, like perfect THC crystallized. Like, I don't want that. Give me
Were
that
you a big
swag.
were you a big stoner before college?
Yeah, yeah. I started smoking when I was like 15 or 16.
Dang,
Yeah.
bad kid, dude. Bad kid getting good grades. That's
Good
some
test
pretty good
scores. Good test scores, not good grades.
SAT score. Did you
SAT, yeah.
high?
High, yeah.
What was the number?
Well, it was perfect on math. So that's how I got the scholarship.
That
If I
type of
took that test now, it would be like 10%. But
because you're not smoking weed anymore. That's what I think. That's
yeah,
just
you think the weed was the connected all the dots in my brain. Yeah.
probably what it was. Yeah. If you would have graduated, what was it? What would it have been with?
The last major I was in was informatics, like information science, and like some like statistics and data analysis. I'd be crunching numbers,
In bong rips too.
crushing them, dude. It's fucking
You think that you would have? Yeah, that's dude. That was just so natural for you. That just that the muscle memory it never goes
yeah.
away. Yeah. Do you think that you would have stayed out there in Indiana?
It's hard to say. It was so easy living there. Like rent was cheap, didn't need a car, walk everywhere. But I don't know. I just felt like there's musically, it was great, like recording there, but to play live, there's only like 2 or 3 venues to play. The town's so small that if you play more than once a month, everyone's like, "Oh, I just saw them. I'm not going to see them again." There's like a pretty short ceiling there. But like in another world where I'm just like a ghostwriter or like make records and don't tour, I could have stayed there.
And
Yeah,
that's you're you're already getting into that territory now, right? You're already ghostwriting.
ghostwriting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, have you heard the new T Swift song?
Yeah, I really liked it. No, get out of here.
Well,
Would you?
me and Chat GPT kind of collabed on that one.
Oh yeah, I know that guy. Yeah, Chat CBD. Yeah,
Chat GPT, exactly.
Chat GHP. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, would you ever do that? Would you ever be interested in ghostwriting songs?
Yeah, I love that. I like writing for voices or writing for styles. It's like putting on a hat. I find that easier than writing like my own shit a lot of the times. Like put me in these confines of like sound like this, and it's easier for me to like flow rather than like you can do anything now make a song. It's kind of it's tough.
It's daunting.
It's
It's
daunting,
yeah. The
and
the,
it
the
and it,
blank
it
canvas or
represents
whatever.
you. It's like that represents your voice. That's always been tough for me.
I like your voice, Josh, and I like what you've been doing with Taylor and Chad CBD.
She had a CBD.
Chad CBD. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Is it difficult to be in that process of like, all right, I gotta write something. I gotta write something for myself.
Yeah, it is and it isn't. It's like any creativity kind of you can't force it. I think you can have a work ethic where you just sit down and try to make something, but if it isn't coming, it's just not coming. Like and I feel like I can feel when it's being forced.
Can you feel when
Um,
it's coming, or is it just it's just immediate like that?
I mean, my favorite songs or riffs that I've written have just been like, bah, there it is, and I haven't had to like think much about it. It's almost like channel. Like a lot of people say they channeled it from something else or whatever. Like you're tapping into it rather than like forcing it to be a certain way.
Do you think that more artists will be utilizing chat CBD to be writing stuff?
Yeah, I think so.
Do you think that it would be as good as how people like a genuine person
No,
writing something?
I think people will always be able to decipher or differentiate what's like robotically written or what's written by an algorithm than what is like someone's brain.
Yeah.
I think it's good for like outlines of stuff though, or like starting off points. If people use it that way, it can be good. I don't know. We talk about this a lot on tour.
Good. We're getting
The
into the
AI
band talk.
debate. Yeah.
I don't know, man. That AI stuff is quite weird.
It's crazy, man.
When I saw you guys
Mm-hmm.
live the the um the other month, I guess
Mm-hmm.
you're utilizing a synthesizer, right? That's what you're
Yeah.
playing. When
Mm-hmm.
did that kind of come into the fold for you?
I started playing that thing when we were recording Monsters Eating Monsters. It was a friend of mine's. He let me borrow it right before, 2020. And then during the pandemic, I just had it for, the whole basically a year and just played it all the time. And then once we started playing shows again, I started putting it on stage and playing it, you know. It's
Is it the same one that you were working with
yeah.
for the year?
Yeah. So yeah, it was my friends who let me borrow it. And then one day he's like, hey, can I get that back? So I'm just like, tell me how much you want for it because I need this thing. And I think he knew that was going to happen because I kept, while I had it, I was like, hey, just let me know when you want this back. Let me know. And then once he asked, it was like, it's like the only piece of gear I just couldn't part with. I couldn't.
Has that expanded your mindset within making music? Just
Absolutely.
having that thing.
Yeah, man. Synthesis is cool. Like starting with the most archaic, simple sound unit, like a wave. And then you're just like shaping it and molding it to what you want it to sound like. It's really cool.
Were you instantly like comfortable with doing it live? Like the
Yeah,
first time you brought it out?
yeah, because I don't really use like I don't explore that much on it live. I kind of just stick to like one or two sounds. And it being an analog synth, like there's no presets or anything. So to change sounds, you really have to like tweak it a lot in between songs, which we don't really have time to do. So there's kind of like a two or three sounds that I stick to live. Yeah.
Do you have a favorite?
Yeah. I like so it's a monophonic synth, but I like putting the two oscillators like a fifth apart. This is music nerd shit, but like it just sounds like you get two notes out of one. It sounds very like I don't know. It almost sounds like medieval to me, like the fifth in music. I like the fifth, the power chord.
A medieval synthesizer.
Yeah. If only they knew, man.
If only.
I guess back to your question though, the difficult part isn't like the playing of it because the parts are pretty simple. It's the switching, like playing guitar and then switching to that, and then like turning the sound off on that. It's more just like things to manage, like more multitasking on stage.
Yeah. Do you feel kind of bare without it if you were to play without it now?
No, we've done shows on like really small stages where we're just like, let's not do the synth tonight. I can adapt.
Yeah.
Uh,
I
but it's
mean,
fun.
it's adapting or perishing. That's it.
Yeah,
And that's medieval shit.
that's medieval synth shit.
Is it is it a shift in your mindset when you aren't playing it though, when you don't have the synthesizer out?
Mm-hmm. It is. Um,
Going back to your roots.
going back to my roots. A lot easier to set up and get off of the stage. You know,
Right.
just yeah. When I just play guitar, it's like, oh, this is easy. Just boom, boom, let's go. Synth, you got the stand, you got to plug it into like a DI box.
The whole thing.
It's a whole thing.
Do you enjoy that process of like gotta plug this in, gotta make sure that this is
Yeah, it is kind
even?
of, it's kind of like therapeutic. Like I have my checklist before a set, but to set up, you know, on stage, I'm there for like twice as long as anyone else. Everyone's like, all right, we're good to go. And then I'm just like still like tuning my synth and all this nonsense. But it's fun. It's worth it.
Is there a point within a large tour like you're on now that everybody like hits a stride and everybody's like firing on all cylinders together?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, but it's
How
it's
long does it
all
usually
ups and
take?
downs.
Yeah. How long does it usually take you to get into that groove?
I felt like on this tour, the first week, England was a little like, felt like we were still getting back into like the routine of things. You rent amps there, so amps and drums, the equipment isn't yours. You're still getting to know it. And then around the second week, we started like hitting a groove, playing some good shows. Yeah,
When you went over to France, then you felt like,
yeah,
guys, all right.
yeah. The first show, I think the first show in Europe was in Germany, Munich, and that was like really fun. Yeah.
What was your first experience with touring like? Do you remember the first tour you ever went on?
Yeah, the first tour I went on it was like a short West Coast tour with Triptides. And we were all living in Indiana. We we like somehow managed to book like 4 or 5 shows. It was just California. And I just used my car. I think we like rented amps. I had like a friend of mine play drums just because we needed someone to play drums on the tour. Yeah. It was fun. I think I remember the first show we made like $60 in merch, and it was like it's pretty good, $60.
Was it
I mean,
the
we were selling tapes, so they were like $5 each.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
hard to make that much, but
That's a good price for a tape though. Yeah,
yeah,
$5.
it felt a lot different. It felt more like everything was new and exciting, and we'd be stoked if anyone was there to watch.
What was the turnout of the tour in total?
I don't really remember. Um, Not great, but not like we never played for nobody. There was always like, it was like Santa Barbara. We played a college town. So there were some people. It was pretty good.
Was that one of the first times going back to California since moving to Indiana?
No, I would always go back once or twice a year. So yeah,
Did you play San Diego or was it more
I think
northern?
we did. I think we did play San Diego because yeah, my
Hometown.
friend had a festival. He had a small festival he did for 2 years. It was called Cub Fest, and yeah, actually, the person who headlined it was Vince Staples, who's like pretty big rapper now. So if you look at the bill, it's like Vince Staples, Triptides, like yeah.
And he opened up for you. You guys were the
No, no, no. He played like he headlined and he played like 4 songs, and then someone in his band got in a fight with someone in the crowd, and then they left. It was wild.
yeah. All right. It's not that's not about was that the end of the tour or was it beginning or middle?
No, no, that was Vince Staples, the
No, no,
festival.
of this
I don't
tour that you guys
remember.
went
I
on.
don't remember the order. I don't
I
think
was
we ever had like a poster or anything.
I was gonna say
Um,
like that's a good way to either start the tour or end it. Like, all right.
Yeah, I think it might have been the end. Yeah, that was 2011, so that was 12 years ago.
Does that feel like 12 years ago that you've been
No,
touring and doing this?
no, doesn't.
Longer or shorter?
Way less. Feels like 5 years ago. Yeah, it's crazy, man. The days are long, but the years are short.
I like that. You should write that down.
Yeah, I just made that up. No one's ever said that before.
No. Does it kind of surprise you where you are with that? going to Europe and playing all these different countries and
Yeah,
whatnot.
man, it's it's awesome. I mean, I feel like, musically, it's been a very slow and steady climb for me, for the band too. Like, so we never really take anything for granted. Like, we probably lost money on like 3 years of touring. Just we like had to save up and then go on tour. And now, like, seeing people know songs or bring their records to the shows is just, it's fucking rad. Yeah, I don't think I'll take it for granted. I'd so
And
much rather
at
have
least,
that than like be a band that has like, you put out one single and then fucking Pitchfork and all that shit, and then it's only like downhill from there. That would be like the worst. You
yeah,
go from playing like theaters to like clubs, you know?
it seems unhealthy to have like that, like a skyrocketing kind of thing, successful,
Yeah, it must be
whatever.
tough. I mean, you see that all the time with like famous people and how hard that is to deal with. Some people do it well though.
Some people do.
Yeah, some people are cut out for it.
Yeah.
But
I don't know what an example of that, but like, yeah, there are some examples.
yeah, but it's been nice. It's like I feel like we're on that steady climb, that hustle, and sometimes we'll like Dylan and I will look at each other and just be like, "This is crazy. What the fuck?"
Is there a specific thing that popped out to you like, whoa, this is pretty crazy?
Yeah, once like seeing people like line up for shows is fucking cool. It's fucking wild. Or seeing like a big group of people singing along to a song and we're in Spain or something. It's like that's wild to me. I'll never get over that.
When was the last time you played Indiana, like Bloomington specifically?
We haven't played Bloomington in a long time. Like 2018 was the last time we played there.
Wow, all right,
Yeah,
a good amount ago.
and it wasn't like a great show or anything. Most of the people we knew there like don't live there anymore because it's such like a transitive town. People leaving and coming all the time. I would love to though. One of my good friends just moved back there. Yeah,
For a time. We don't. It's only for a brief stint though, because it's transient town.
yeah,
Yeah.
no, he's there. Yeah.
So by the time you get out there, you'll probably be
He'll
wrapping
be
up.
yeah,
Yeah.
he'll be graduating.
You're gonna have to help him move.
Yeah.
You ever get called upon to do that? Helping somebody move?
No, luckily, no. I think I have.
Would you
I don't have
say
a I
no?
don't have a truck or anything. I
Well,
wouldn't say
you got the
no.
car and you had the
I do
yeah.
have a mid-size SUV. I wouldn't say no unless I had like an actual excuse. I wouldn't like fly. Like I've been in that situation where you need help moving. Like you gotta help people out because it can be fun, man. It can like just like if you treat it like hanging out and just lifting some shit, it can be fun. But if
Yeah.
you're just like, oh god, I gotta do all this, and it's not fun.
Yeah. I like your mindset towards it. I feel like a lot of people
Yeah,
are the first step of that.
and I mean, loading gear every night is moving. Like we
Oh
move
yeah,
every day.
I forgot
I'm
you're
doing that shit
professional.
every day. Yeah,
Yeah.
professional mover. Have you seen that? You ever watch Nathan for You?
No, but
Oh,
I
it's great.
oh that was the old one on Comedy Central, right? Like that
Yeah,
was the yeah,
but
kinda, but not
he
really.
has this idea where he markets a moving company as like a workout. So he gets people to pay to help people move because he like markets it as a workout. It's genius. It's really good.
It, that is because you know these physical labor jobs is like, dude, you're gonna get pretty ripped or
Right?
be
And
in
people pay
shape.
to go to a gym. Like, why don't you pay to do this to help someone move?
Yeah,
Makes sense.
it does make sense. You like to go to the gym? You like to work out or no?
Oh no. I mean, I would like to. Like, I understand the importance of it, but just can't get myself to do it.
Hey man, some people don't need to do it. You're one of those people that don't. You
I mean, I consider like playing a show like pretty good cardio. Feel pretty healthy on tour, like sweating for an hour every night. When I'm home, I try to like walk a lot.
are you a big perspirator sweater?
Not more than usual now. Dylan's a big sweater.
Yeah. Um,
I'm
yeah.
like average sweat levels.
Average, medium.
Yeah, medium rare.
I'm more of the on the end of Dylan. So yeah, I'm sweating a
Oh,
lot.
really?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
You're not going to any indoor shows in Europe in the summer then.
I went to
It's
an
hot as
indoor show
fuck.
recently and it was very hot and I wore shorts. I'm not really a shorts wearer, but I wore
Oh, wow.
shorts and I'm glad I
And
did because I was just drenched. Yeah.
yeah, even with the shorts.
Even with the shorts, I was pretty dang hot. Yeah.
Did they have AC or was it just the body heat from everyone else?
I think there was AC, but it was just something. Is that place Genghis Cohen over there? It's
Is
like
that
that
the Chinese restaurant?
bingo.
Yeah, I've been there. That place is cool.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was in that thing. So I feel like there was, probably the heat from everybody else and it's just hot and
yeah.
yeah. Do you prefer to be like really hot and sweating when you're playing, or do you prefer to be like cold?
Yeah, definitely hot and sweating. Yeah, because you get on a stage and there's AC and you're like, oh, this is nice. But then you're like getting into it and you're just like still like hair is like totally normal. That feels weird.
It
I
feels
like
like
it when it's like as long as it's not like the air is just like so damp you can't breathe because we've done that a couple times. That sucks. Yeah. Actually, when we just played Madrid, it was like that. It was everyone was like dying on stage.
oh,
It was a tough one. Small rooms.
does does the venue itself kind of give way to like how the performance is going to go? Like
Yeah.
does it add a something that's outside of music, kind of that
Yeah,
have
for
an
sure.
effect?
Yeah, I think in enclosed spaces and definitely smaller clubs, there's just like so much more energy because you're right there with the people. Everyone's reacting to like the sounds bouncing off of walls. Um, I almost prefer that. It's not always logistically makes the most sense when you want like more people to come to your shows, but sometimes we'll play outside and you're like on this super tall stage and there's this barrier between you and the crowd and there's photographers in between. There's, it's beautiful, but it's not like doesn't feel the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you do you like that barrier though, that it's just only the security and photographers?
Uh,
I like
it,
that. Yeah.
you like the barrier?
I like that. It's just them. I like that.
Yeah.
There's two people who are able to be in there.
Yeah.
I think
It's
it's neat.
they should like hang out.
Yeah, I mean they're probably like
Yeah.
pretty good friends.
It's weird. Some festivals have rules where you can only take pictures on like the first three songs. And you'll just see like all these photographers and you'll play your first three songs and then they just all leave. What is this rule?
When did you realize that that was a rule?
I don't know, like a couple years ago.
It must have like sparked you as odds like, okay, there's a bunch of people here now. There's none. There's
Right.
no photographers.
I don't know if any photographers out there know why that's a rule. Hit me up.
Yeah, let us know. I'm also curious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Call the number below.
Yeah. Have you ever been super stoked on like a picture that you've been tagged in or just have seen that somebody's taken of you playing live?
Yeah, sure. Like that looks good. It's
Have you
like
been?
maybe 10% of the time, but every once in a while I'm like, it's a good shot.
But the other 90s, like,
I'm like I'm doing something weird, like or like I don't know.
yeah,
I like black and white. When people shoot black and white, it looks way cool
yeah, it does.
for shows.
It gives a good feel to it.
Yeah. Give it a medieval feel.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Um, speaking of colors and these kind of things, the merch that I've seen is pretty vibrant.
Yeah.
Do
Some
you?
vibrant merch.
Yeah. Do you wear vibrant stuff like that? I feel like I haven't seen you in anything
I
like
don't
that.
really. No, I'm not a big like. I'll pop a tie dye on every once in a while, but I'm not wearing bright colors really.
Mhm.
I like my whites and my blacks and my earthy tones.
The Steely Dan Sonic Youth shirt. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
That's FSG Prints, right?
Yeah, I think so. What's funny is we just did a thing with them, and it gave us some like free stuff, which is cool. They got a lot of Steely Dan shirts, which I like. But I bought this like 4 years ago before I even knew about the company. I just was like, I need that. I love these two bands so much that I don't care if it's like some like nerdy, ironic shirt. I have to have this. Yeah.
Who has had the more of an effect on you, Celia Dan or Sonic Youth?
Oh man.
It's a tough question. That's why I said
It's
it's like
tough. Yeah, it's fucking tough.
the back end.
There couldn't be more different sounding bands, but probably as like my style, guitar playing style goes, Sonic Youth. Like Thurston's one of the reasons I got a jazz master. Like I like to fuck around behind, like play the guitar in weird ways. Probably drew some inspiration from him for that.
Yeah. Speaking of the Thurston Moore, I have this thing and it's behind this computer here. It's the Desert Days lineup from
2000,
I don't
2017, right?
maybe Iggy Pop, Spiritualized.
Yeah,
You guys played it, but also Thurston Moore. The Thurston
yeah.
Moore group played
That
it.
was a great Desert Days. That was the last one in the Institute of Mental Physics or whatever it's called.
That's what it says. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a great one.
Mental physics. Yeah.
Yeah,
Did you see him then?
yeah. Oh yeah, he was awesome. But it was like him and then Sleep and Iggy Pop. It was like that was
Yeah,
wild.
there's some great people that played this one.
Yeah, King Gizzard played that day too. It's the first time I ever saw them. I got one here too. Wait,
Pull it out, pull it up. That's really neat.
this is this year's.
What do we got? Tame and Paula.
This is just Saturday because we
Yeah.
played Saturday. We're like down here.
And
Some good ones.
LeClaire and
Yeah,
Shannon the Clams.
it's
Oh,
a good one.
yeah. How many of them have you played in total?
Just three. Yeah,
Just three.
2017, 2019. 2019 was the one we flew back from tour to play, and then this last year. Yeah,
Good deal. That's awesome, Josh.
hopefully next year. I hope.
And the year after.
No, not that one.
Oh, it's
No,
yeah. There's
I'm
a
gonna be
leap
I'm
year.
gonna be sick that weekend, so I can't do that.
Full-fledged NyQuil binge or
We'll see how it goes.
maybe. Okay. Um, Josh, it's so good chatting with you, man. Thank you so much for
Yeah,
taking
likewise, man.
taking the time out of your day. Always a pleasure chatting with you. But before I let you go, I got some promo to do. So,
Mhm.
Frankie and the Witch Fingers music streaming everywhere, wherever you get your music, that's where you could find it. Great stuff. And you could find the vinyl and merch at greenwayrecords.com and Church of Pickle as well. Is that the
Mhm.
website for the merch?
Yeah.
churchofpickle.com, and through the Bandcamp, which is at frankieandthewitchfingers.bandcamp.com. And everyone can stay up to date with shows, releases, and everything else by following Frankie and the Witch Fingers on Instagram, and that's just at Frankie and the Witch Fingers.
That was awesome. Thanks.
I, I was practicing that, so
That was
my
really
bad.
good. That was smooth.
We have to do it again. Okay, I guess we didn't get that one.
All right.
No, Josh, is there anything else that we got to promote before you get out of here? And this is coming out, and it'll be in a little bit in like October.
Nah, just be chill to each other, everyone.
Thank you, Josh. I appreciate you, man. I'm gonna stop recording this. Talk to you in a minute. All right.
All right. Peace.
Thank you, brother.